Welcome everyone to We the People, a new birth of freedom. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like or dislike icon, leave your comments below, I'll get back to you, and please share all this with your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, your acquaintances, and please, above everyone, share it with your enemies. I'm trying to get the message of freedom out. As always, I find something that catches my attention or my ear. I think about it, I observe it, I contemplate. What I've been thinking about lately and contemplating is the fact of what is true freedom, what is real liberty. And of course, before I start pointing fingers at any other situation or anyone else, I look at myself first. Self-examination always has to be first. If not, you're just a degenerate hypocrite that likes to troll across everyone else's lives and point fingers and make accusations, and you yourself are infallible. You don't make mistakes. Yeah, well, good luck. Nevertheless, freedom, liberty, what is it? There's been a few times in my life where I've been sitting in a parking lot at a store waiting for a friend or a relative to come out of the store. I decided to sit in the vehicle. While sitting there, and a row ahead of me was another vehicle. I see the driver's side door open, and all of a sudden this massive pile of cigarette butts ends up on the parking lot floor. They shut the door, they drive off, and there it lays. And I ask myself, is that freedom? No. That's not freedom in any way, shape, or form. And then when a woman gets impregnated by the seed, the sperm of a man, and another life form begins to develop, and after her moment of sexual pleasure, she decides, well, I don't want that child that's being formed in me, so I'm going to have an abortion because I'm a free individual. Is that freedom? No. And then I watch people consume an overabundance of alcohol. They get into vehicles, they drive down the road because they're a free American. They can drive whether they're sober or whether they're incapacitated. It doesn't matter because they're free. And so they're driving down the road at high speeds or even low speeds, but they're totally drunk. Is that freedom? Is that liberty? No. I could cite you many other examples. However, let those three be sufficient for now as we ask ourselves what real freedom and liberty is all about. You've heard me say this before, and I will keep repeating it, that if a legislative political process or a political party or Supreme Court or any governmental entity defines liberty or defines freedom, they can also redefine it in any given situation, and they can give it and they can take it away. That's why true freedom is intrinsic. It's inside of us. We're born with it. It's our birthright. It's God-given. It's according to the laws of nature. So true freedom and liberty is not dependent upon some governmental decision. Governmental entities were established for one purpose, and that was to safeguard true liberty. It makes sure it doesn't step beyond its bounds, because true liberty and freedom does have boundaries. There are perimeters in the examples I just cited for you. So what is true liberty? It has various characteristics. First of all, it does have character. It has integrity. It has emotional content, such as love, sympathy, empathy, compassion. It's responsible. It's accountable. It's not manipulative. It doesn't always seek after its own rewards. It supports and defends others in their search for true liberty, in their quest for true freedom. Now, you take a psychopathic or a sociopathic individual, they think that they're free, but they're not. They're slaves to their own apathetic, self-centered violent deception. Everything they do and say is an illusion. It's a mirage because they're self-centered. They think their world and their world only is what matters, and everything they do, say, acquire, the motivation behind all of that is for self-gratification. Psychopathic people are very charming, but their motive is to get what they want. Sociopathic people are more antisocial. Nevertheless, they don't have the capacity, the ability to have feelings for other people. Whether you're a psychopath, a sociopath, or a mixture of both, you're not a free individual. You're a slave. You're a slave to apathy. You're a slave to hatred. You're a slave to blindness. You're a slave to selfishness. That's not free. So I want you to think about those things. Look in the mirror and ask yourself the question, am I a truly free individual? Am I a true free individual? Do I even know what truth is? Because if you don't know truth, you won't know true liberty. If you don't know liberty, you won't know truth. They go hand in hand. They're two sides of a coin, per se. Truth and liberty cannot be divided. If they are, you've got a real problem on your hands. You'll find that most people in this world are more narcissistic than you realize. They're psychopaths, they're sociopaths. They charm, they manipulate to get what they want. To trespass others' feelings, emotions, doesn't bother them. They have no conscience. Their conscience is not pricked with any kind of guilt. And they'll smile and charm and get you to under their spell, as it were, but it's only because they're trying to achieve something on a selfish level. Something to consider. True freedom is not being able to do everything that you want. True freedom can be summed up with this. If you can practice true liberty in the context of empathy, then you're on the right path. If you try to practice freedom in the context of apathy, you're headed down a slippery slope. The end is not good. And if you continue at the bottom of that slope, you will end up forfeiting every principle of liberty. So look in the mirror, ask yourself these questions. Until next time, God bless and be a true American.